Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Greetings of peace to humankind. Tayong lahat ay payapa dapat. Pwede naman dahil ang mundo namin ay mundo natin. Kailangan lang nating magkaunawaan. Ako po si Princess Habiba Saripaudak, mag-uugnay sa bawat isa tungo sa pangmatagalang kapayapaan. Dito sa mundo ng Salaam ay aming bubuksan ang tulay na pagkakaisa. Para sa iyo at para sa amin. Para sa ating lahat, ang Salaam TV. Singapore ang tanging bansa sa ASEAN ay tinuturing na first world country. Paano kaya sila nagtagumpay samantalang multi-race ang mga tao rito? Mula sa China at India ang dumayo rito noong unang panahon na mga Muslim pa lamang ang taga rito. Nagkaunawaan naman sila kahit walang national language. Nanghiram lang sila ng salitang Ingles, kaya the rest is history. This is a success story of diversity that led to sound economy.
Nakilala namin si Ryan Bisido na isang Pilipinong negosyante sa Singapore. Mahigit isang dekada na siya sa paninirahan dito. Kaya't nasagot niya ang tanong kung bakit may harmony sa diversity sa maliit na bansang ito.
That's why nag-succeed sila is because they have empathy towards each other. Alam nila na magkakaiba sila, and that's one of their driving motivations for it. So I think that's one of the things na kailangan nating tignan, na for them, they don't think at it as a despite of, kumbaga, for them, it's an accepted fact na that we're a multiracial country. So with that, they don't look at it as a challenge, they look at it as a fact of life. So everything that they do, all the decisions that they do, revolves around that concept nga na magkakaibang tao. So may empathy towards people, na mayroon silang concept ng racial harmony, na bata pa lang sila, dinidevelop na sa kanila yung racial harmony. So even within the government buildings, per certain percentage are reserved for certain races para at least may racial harmony sila. So lahat ng policies nila revolves around that idea.
Sir, napag-alaman natin that ang Singapore, ang mga mas nauna dito are the Malay race. So, napasukan ito ng iba't ibang mga races din?
Well, it all revolves around also the story of Singapore, its location. Na pagkabasa ko is that Singapore is the quickest route from China to India. So, during that time, syempre maraming mga negosyante na if you look at Singapore, it's a port city. So, ang daming nagda-dock dyan ng mga traders, ang daming mga businessmen. So, eventually, nag-set up shop sila dito. At then, eventually, naging naturalized citizen na sila. So, that's why very diverse yung ano nila. It's not only for Singapore. It also happened along Malaysia, along Indonesia, na marami din residents from other races. So, that's why nagkaroon sila ng ganitong very diverse community.
And now, Filipinos are also coming here. Marami na
Yes, yeah.
Filipino dito.
Mga 300,000 na yata tayong mga Filipino dito. So, it adds up to the diversity. It's not only Filipinos, even mga Westerners, Caucasians, ang dami din dito. So, it's really like a melting pot of culture here na it's like an ideal society in a way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Kung multiracial country ang Singapore, paano naman kaya nagkaroon ng mapayapang pakikisalamuha ang mga kapatid nating Muslim sa bansang ito? Hinanap ko ang mga kababayan ko sa Marawi, ang mga Maranao na nagtatrabaho rito para silang sumagot sa mga tanong na ito.
Assalamualaikum, Husni.
Waalaikumsalam.
So kayo yung magkakasama dito sa Singapore bilang isang community, marami na rin kayo dito?
Yes, parami na rin.
So probably parang mas marami ata yung mga girls na nakikita ko na mga from Mindanao na nandito.
May mga lalaki rin naman. Siguro hindi pa kami lahat-lahat nagkikita, pero alam namin maraming Maranaos dito sa Singapore.
Let's go to Islam. Kumusta yung Islam dito dito sa Singapore, kumusta yung growing population ng Islam?
Nung pumunta kami dito sa Singapore, hindi siya naging mahirap kasi maraming Muslims dito, may mga Malay or even Indians. So they know how Islam works, so they respect Muslims also. So in terms of kain, maraming halal food dito. So hindi naman naging mahirap for us. And marami rin kami mga friends na mga kakilala na Christians nag-convert into Islam.
Understanding and respect din sila about
Yes.
our religion, Islam.
Oh, actually maraming kasing religion dito sa Singapore. So lahat ng mga tao dito respetado naman yung kanya-kanyang religion.
You're very young na pumunta ka dito at saka magtrabaho. For you, how did you preserve Islam faith?
Maraming mosque or masjid dito, especially in our place, Woodlands, maraming masjid doon. So sometimes I go masjid, I pray there if I have free time. Because I do work and then home and then work.
Paano kayo nakikitungo? At paano rin sila nakikitungo sa inyo knowing that ang mga Maranaos talaga, yan yung isa sa mga tribes in Mindanao na napaka-strict, no? Sa lahat ng ginagawa nila.
Dito, so long as you follow the rules, respect everyone's religion, you'll be safe. And you know, this is a very disciplined country. So we just follow whatever the rules and okay naman. I mean, yung safety dito, yun yung pinaka nagustuhan namin dito.
Kumusta yung pagkain dito? Hindi pa kayo nahihirapan?
Hindi naman. Actually, ang daming halal foods din dito. So, as Muslim na kumain sa lagay nyo. Kasi may iba kasi places parang naalanganin kang kakain ng kasi it's not halal. So, yun. Okay dito yung food.
At saka yung, in terms of halal, they're very strict. Compare sa Pinas na halo-halo, dito basta halal, buong premises na yan, hindi pwedeng mahaluan ng ibang or like pork.
The way you're saying it, I'm sure mas marami yung may inganyo ng mga
Yes.
Muslims na bumisita dito because I know others fear na dito sa Singapore ay wala atang makain dyan, walang halal dyan. Kasi multi-racial country yan.
Yes.
So thank you so much for your time. Sana talaga marami pa yung ma-encourage niyo ng mga kabataan to keep the Islamic faith. Secondly, nandiyan pa rin yung pagkamaranaw ninyo. And I'm so happy to see that the way you're doing it, na nandiyan yung katutungan na yan, you're keeping it, and yung kasisiya pa.
Yes. Thank you.
Nakakatuwa na may nakilala rin kaming isang Malaysian na nagpatunay na walang problema sa pagkakaiba kung ang bibigyan ng pagkakataon ay ang pagkakaisa. Siya, si Muhammad Hafiz bin Rashid na natutong mag-Tagalog dahil sa mga teleserye sa Pilipinas.
Saan ka natuto mag-Tagalog?
Sa teleserye, sa mga libro, oo nga, hindi ko nagsisinungaling eh.
May mga kaibigan ka na mga Pinoy?
Pinoy, mga kakilala.
Kilala? Masaya ka sa trabaho mo?
Sa trabaho medyo lang.
sa family mo, kumusta sila?
Mabuti po, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. What is the brief history of this Kampung Glam?
Okay, Kampung Glam derives its name from the glam tree. The glam tree is a type of tree. It's similar to the eucalyptus tree. It grows well on marshy soil because this whole area around here was actually formerly a mangrove swamp. So it was very close to the sea, and many of these trees thrive on these soils like this. You know why the glam tree is so important is because, first of all, it has this quality where it comes into contact with water, it expands. So normally people from around the area, they would actually take the bark of the tree so that they would make the boats waterproof. So once the bark is inserted in between the little cracks, once it comes into contact with water, so the boats will become waterproof. There will be no gaps in between for the water to actually seep in. Yeah.
How did the people of Malayu preserve being Malayus despite that Singapore had grown into a much more developed country?
The term Malayu in the Singapore context is a very general term for people from around the region because the Malays here in Singapore, they come from around, from Malaysia as well as Indonesia, and some of them speaking different languages. It's just like how the Bangsamoros in the Philippines, you have the Ilanons, the Maranaos, and the Magindanaos. So here in Singapore, we have the Javanese, Bugis, Baweani. So all these different ethnic groups, they speak different languages, but they are bound by the common tradition and maybe the religion, which is Islam. So eventually, these people, once they intermarried with one another, they became known as Malays here in Singapore.
Are the Malayus the first people here in Singapore?
They were one of the earliest inhabitants in this region over here. So they have settled for a very long time here. And over time in the 19th century, more and more people came because of either escaping through war, the Japanese World War, or they were sent here as forced labor. So there were a lot of different reasons why the Malays eventually came to Singapore and make their home here. And why the significance, the government actually turned this into a heritage conservation site was because of its significance to the Malay community. There were a lot of tradings happening around here, and Kampung Glam was also the center of the Hajj trade for Southeast Asia. Hence you have Haji Lane. Why is it called Haji Lane? Was because pilgrims from around Southeast Asia, including the Philippines, they would actually make their way to Singapore, maybe spend some time in Haji Lane while waiting for the ships to depart from Singapore to Mecca.
What came into your mind to do such work, such volunteerism, to volunteer for the foreigners visiting Singapore and talking to them about the Kampung Glam and about the Malayo people, about Islam?
Because I think there's not much knowledge have been touched in this region. Normally when people think of Islam, they think of the Arab world, when in fact a large population of Muslims are actually here in Southeast Asia. And the more you learn and the more you volunteer, you realize that the connections run very deep, especially like, for example, we heard about, Filipino Muslims in the Philippines, in Mindanao, but we don't really realize the strong connection that they have in this region as well. So much so that there were, preachers, Muslim missionaries that made their way to Marawi city, or even to, the general area of Mindanao. And we found Malay books written, in Jawi, in Mindanao. So it shows you the strong connections that the Philippines has with the rest of the Malay world.
The Muslims in Philippines and of course the Malayo people, what do you think is the strong commonality between these two groups?
Okay, for one, both of them are minorities. And second, they are comprised of many ethnic groups. Just like normally when other Singaporeans, or maybe when people think of Malays, they think of it as one common group. But in fact, there's a lot of diversity in the groups, and that is what makes the the community special. It's the same for Bangsamoro as well.
Oh, mashallah. Thank you so much, brother, for your time. Yes, alhamdulillah. May katwiran si Hafiz. Hindi porket nabanggit ang Muslim, Arab world lang ang iisipin natin. Marami ang nananampalataya sa Islam sa Singapore at naikot namin ang ilan sa masjid na kanilang inaalagaan at lubos na iginagalang.
Noong 1800, pinayagan ang Islamic gathering sa Singapore, kaya't nilagdaan ang kasunduan ni Sultan Hussein, Temenggong Abdul Rahman at ng discoverer ng Singapore na si Sir Stamford Raffles na magtatag ng masjid. Ito ang Masjid Sultan, pinakaimportanteng landmark sa mga kapatid nating Muslim dito sa Singapore. Mula 1824 hanggang 1826, ito ay ipinatayo dito sa Kampung Glam. Ang kaibahan naman ng Masjid Al-Falah na itinayo dito sa Singapore noong 1987 ay nasa isang business establishment ito. Nasa pangangalaga ito ng Islamic Religious Council of Singapore o MUIS. Ang mga napapaboran nito ay ang mga kapatid nating Muslim na mga manggagawa sa paligid ng business district. 2,000 mananampalataya ang kayang magdasal sa masjid na ito. Ang Angolia Mosque na dating angadyas dito sa Serangoon Road, Singapore ay mahigit 120 years old na. Ito ay tinayo noong 1890 ni Mohammed Saleh Yusuf G. Angulia. Ang masjid na ito ay bukas sa mga foreigner na turistang Muslim maliban sa local worshippers dito. ba ang Masjid Bencoolen na ito? Itinatag ito noong 1825. Pero noong 1845, naglagay na ng building hanggang sa pinagiba ito noong 2001. Pero muling binuksan ito noong 2004 na kabahagi ng mga bahay ng mga nakatira sa gusali. Kaya ito lang ang tanging masjid na walang sariling lupa. Malabar Mosque dito sa Singapore ay itinayo noong 1937. Grupo ng mga taga-India na mag-aalahas ang nagpasimula nito. Pero kinapos sila sa pera kaya't noong 1956, nag-ambagang ilang Singaporeans, Muslim man o hindi. Kaya't nabuo ang Malabar Masjid na tinarayo ng malaking populasyon ng mga Indian tuwing Biyernes at tuwing pagdiriwang ng Hari Raya. Ang Haja Fatima Mosque dito sa Beach Road, Singapore ay tinayo noong 1846. Ipinangalan sa mayamang negosyanteng babae na si Haja Fatima. Siya ay nagmula sa Malacca at napangasawa ng prinsipe ng Bugis. Maagang namatay ang kanyang asawa kaya't siya ang nagpatuloy sa negosyo at yumaman. 2 ulit na sunog ang kanyang bahay at naisip niyang i-donate na lang ang kanyang lupa para pagtayuan ng masjid na ito bilang pagtanaw ng utang na loob kay Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala na hindi siya napinsala sa mga sunog. Alam niyo ba na walang lindol, bagyo, tsunami o anumang natural calamity na tumatama sa Singapore? Pero lagi silang handa sa posibleng sakuna. Sa pagtungo ng Salaam TV sa lugar ng Merlion ay pinakita nila sa ibang ASEAN member country ang emergency preparedness.
ASEAN Agreement on Disaster Management and Emergency Response. So it is an agreement within ASEAN for the member countries to assist a member in times of disaster. Ang nakita natin dito, yung sinabi lately ni Presidente sa SONA na kailangan meron tayong national level or department level disaster management office. At yan ang nakita natin dito sa Civil Defense Force ng Singapore. The Civil Defense Force is not merely a coordinative agency. Aside from coordination, they also have response capability. Yan ay wala sa current Office of Civil Defense natin. Kasi ang OCD ngayon is purely for coordination of the response ng different agencies ng NDRRMC. Yung preparedness ng Singapore is really focused more on human-induced like terrorism at saka mga hazardous materials as well as fire, land-based as well as sea-based. Ngayon sa atin, experience natin sa calamities, yung mga hydrometeorological hazards like or rain-induced hazards, flooding as well as typhoons. Yung response level natin, yun ang pwede natin ma-share. Maganda yung natin yung mechanism natin, yung response cluster natin. We do not wait for the hazard to approach. We prepare, we activate the response cluster almost to the landfall na. And in the response cluster, decisions are made immediately. So, wala nang tawagan sa mga agencies. Doon, sinasabi na lang natin kung ano ang gagawin ng different agencies. So, mabilis ang decision. Yung strength ng ating DRR nandun sa interagency coordination. And na-facilitate natin yung interagency coordination doon sa response cluster. Yung epekto kasi ng disasters, mga natural news calamities, transects boundaries. So, kailangan ng cooperation talaga. Ang maapektuhan ng bagyo, hindi lang naman Pilipinos. May mga foreigners din. May mga business interest yung different countries dito. Kaya maganda yung nagtutulungan sa ekonomiya yung ating mga kababayan at saka yung mga and businesses na maapektuhan, magiging resilient.
Jazakallahu khair, maraming salamat sa pagbibigay ninyo ng inyong panahon at pag-obserba sa aming relihiyon, iba't ibang kultura at tradisyon sa iba't ibang panig ng ASEAN region. Ito na ang simula ng ating pagkakaisa dahil binuksan na po namin sa lahat ang tahanan ng Salaam. Muli ako po si Princess Habiba Sarip Paudak para sa Salaam TV dito sa PTV4.
May mga Pinay tayong kababayan na napipilitang magpakasal sa Muslim para manatili sa kanilang trabaho sa tinutungong bansang may predominantly Muslim culture. Marriage for convenience kumbaga. Bahagi ng Muslim marriage na gawin muna ng babae ang shahada.
Ano po ba ang shahada?
Halimbawa, you are a non-Muslim, tapos you want to be a revert, or yung iba, tinatawag nila na convert, gusto nilang pag-Muslim, kailangan muna nilang dumaan sa tinatawag na proseso na shahada. Yan yung i-confirm mo sa sarili mo at pinapasaksi mo lahat din ng tao or kung sino man yung witness na nandyan, sasabihin mo na there is no God but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Prophet is His messenger.
Pero paano kung nagkamali siya ng napiling lalaki at nagdurusa na siya sa kanilang pagsasama? Nakatalig ba siya sa sinumpaang shahada? Pwede ang divorce sa Muslim marriage, pero mas mahirap sa babae na makipaghiwalay dahil mas pinapaboran sa divorce ang lalaking Muslim. Kung aping-api na ang babae, saka lang siya mapakikinggan ng korte. Ang mga dahilan na batayan ng Islamic law, extreme cases of neglect, maltreatment, non-support, indefinite absence of the husband, or impotence. Para hindi ka mapahamak sa dik, narito ang aming tips. Huwag susumpa ng shahada kung hindi tunay ang intensyon na maging isa kang Muslim. Pag-aralang mabuti ang Islamic beliefs ng lalaking pakakasalan mo para mapagtanto kung magkakasundo nga kayo. Mag-practice din muna ng Islamic faith bago magpasyang magpakasal. May madaling sundin sa kanilang pananampalataya at may napakahirap gawin na baka nga pagsisihan mo lang. Higit sa lahat, lumagay sa trabahong legal dahil ang OFW ay dangal ng Filipino. May nakalutang na paniniwala na kapag may babaeng nagahasa sa isang Arab country, 4 na testigo dapat ang kanyang ililitaw sa korte. Iba't iba ang paniniwala sa usapin ng witness sa Islamic jurisprudence.
Among the 10 knowledge you have, men have 9. But the ladies only one very good knowledge. She will always influenced by the environment.
Pero may paliwanag ang makabagong scholars sa isyung ganito. Sinasabi sa bahagi ng Quran, An-Ur, chapter 24, verse 5, those who calumniate chaste women but bring not 4 witnesses, flog them 80 stripes and do not admit their evidence ever after. Babaeng nagkakasala sa asawa ang tinutukoy rito at hindi ang lalaking nakagawa ng panghahalay sa iba.
Congressman Roy Señeres.
Yung Sara Banabagan case nga, she was only 15 years old and she was sentenced to die for killing her employer. I realized that it was a case of self-defense kasi the employer wanted to rape her.
Ano yung pinaka naging catalyst doon na nag-decide yung gobyerno nila na, sige.
I told the son-in-law, so many developments in the Philippines, it could destroy UAE-Philippine friendship.
Okay.
After one day, tinawagan ako, Your Excellency Roy, His Highness himself will talk to the family of the victim. He will even give blood money to the victim.
Oh, galing. And he did.
And he did.
Upang hindi ka mabiktima sa dik, ito ang aming tips. Bago magtungo sa bansang Muslim ang batas at kulturang umiiral, magpaturo sa tunay na eksperto sa Islamic laws para kayo ay may armas na aral. Kung pwede, 3 ang baunin sa abroad na cellphone. Pero isa lang ang ideklara sa amo. Kapag may nangyari, makakatawag agad ng saklolo pag nalingat ang amo. Babae ka man o lalaki, ilaban ng dangal at puri. Ang pananahimik ay katumbas ng pagsadistang lalo sa sarili. Ang OFW ay dangal ng Filipino.